If you have a child with disability or you are going to be getting in-home nursing care for one reason or another, I need you to watch this video. This is a video I've been thinking about making for a really long time, but I'm really careful because I don't want to offend anybody who has worked with our family before or is currently working with our family. But I feel like it's really important to share this, and so that's why I'm here. Okay, so just to preface, my name is Julia Ehrman. I have 2 kids with a rare genetic disorder who have been approved for nursing care hours. They have gone anywhere from being approved for 20 hours a week to 40 hours a week. This is a CNA, certified nurse assistant, who comes into our homes, who can help with things like diapering, laundry, all. I want to show you guys and share with you guys today, like, what I wish I knew before I jumped into this experience, and then what I have learned from having a CNA in my home. If you're a nurse or a CNA, I think you should really watch this if you work in home and or if you're thinking about getting one. Okay, so number 1, I had no idea the transition that it was going to be to go from having nobody to having somebody in my home for that many hours a week. I was so desperate for help when my kids first got approved about a year ago for nursing care that thought just never even crossed my mind. I never even thought about, like, will we find somebody who's a good fit, or will I really want somebody in my house that many hours a week, or any of those things, just because we were so desperate for help. But what I didn't realize was how hard it was going to be to have somebody else in my space creating energy and vibe and like all the things for like 20 to 40 hours a week. The second thing was I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to find somebody. Now, I have personally recruited like half of the CNAs that we've had in our home, and I've done this through Facebook, going into Facebook groups and just asking anybody local who may be a CNA. And I have had them come into my home, babysit for my kids, met them, and then got them approved with a nursing company. Now, I think that this process is great, and our nursing company where I live has a really hard time finding CNAs, and so I had to have done that. But all that to say, every single person that I have personally recruited is no longer working with our family. Okay, number 2, I didn't realize how many people were going to come and go. Like I was saying before, I kind of thought like we'd find a nurse and that would be our CNA nurse, and then we would just go on with life and they would just magically, I don't know, evolve into our family's culture. No, 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 no. It has been a year, and I think we're on CNA number 8. Now you have to think and remember that we have 2 kids. So basically that's like going through 4 CNAs a kid. Okay, so let's move on to advice that I have if you are thinking about getting an in-home CNA or nurse. Number 1, clear expectations right from the start. You are in control, even though the nursing companies want you to think that they have full control over everything. You're the boss. So if somebody comes into your home that's not a good fit, you can tell them, no, that wasn't a good fit. Number 2, personality matters. I think that having somebody in your space for so many hours a day, like, I realized that I was allowing certain people here for too long that were really, really energy draining to me or negative or whatever, and it was impacting my entire life. And so I think that it's okay to say, no, not a personality fit. It's not that I don't like them. It's just not a good fit for our child or our family. Number 3, or whatever number we're on, is it's okay to vet people. So I no longer let the nursing company just send people to come into my home. I ask them to send them for a meet and greet, and the CNA comes and we meet them. We decide if they're a good fit with our children. We also have 2 children with 2 very different personalities, 2 very different needs, 2 very different needs for CNA. And so it's really important for us that our child has a person that is the right fit. So we always do a meet and greet. And yes, we have told the company before that someone they have sent just wasn't a good fit for our kid. Another thing is to know what their job is and stay within that boundary. but really know all the things and the ways that they can help and ask them to help in those ways. So one of the ways that our CNAs are allowed to help our insurance company, who I'm sure is going to find this video and, I don't know, find some fault on ours for making this video, which is why I've been hesitant to make it, is laundry. So they are allowed, like Russell CNA, she can fold his laundry, but she can also fold his communal laundry. So I always separate out before our CNAs get here that child's laundry, a few bath towels, a few hand towels that may have been used in the kitchen, socks, things like that, and then I have them fold them and put them away. The other thing is cleaning, having them clean up after the child's meal. Like, it's okay to have them sweep the floor in the house. I mean, think about what these CNAs are doing in a nursing home. They are doing all the cleaning, all the laundry, all the feeding, all the bathing. They're allowed to help with those things. But with that in mind, I never want a CNA to come in my home and to parent my child. We are the parents. We're not looking for somebody to come in and like raise our children. And so a lot of times our CNA is here. We want to play with our kids. We're outside riding on Hazel's golf cart that she got for Make-A-Wish, or we're doing something as a family, or a friend stops by that wants to visit with our kids. And like, we have a really strong desire for our kids to have like a high quality of life. We engage with our kids more than I think most human beings do. And I think that it's okay to have a nurse or a CNA in your home for your child, but you be the one that sits and holds your child. You can still be the one that gives your child the bottle. You can still be the one that bathes your child if you want to that day. They're there to help you in ways that you need help, but they're your kid, and it's your decision and how you want to interact with them. So take as much help as you need, but also take as little help as you want. So if you want to know more about what it's like to raise two kids with a rare genetic disorder that will one day take their life, follow my page. And I'm just praying that nobody was personally offended by this video, but that rather this video is helpful, hopefully for CNAs and nurses who watch this video who do in-home care, to really get a little bit more of an insight that it is very difficult to have an in-home nurse, CNA, whatever. And it's hard on the family, and us as families are going through so much more than you would know. And it is very taxing emotionally to have nurses and CNAs come into our home that we love, that we care for, that we feed, that we let love our children, and then watch them walk out the door one day and never come back. Just know that if you're a nurse or a CNA, you in our home, it's really important. It's a huge deal. It's also really taxing emotionally. And I want to beg all the nurses and CNAs, be careful, be gentle with us, because we're going through a lot. That's why we have been approved for nursing care.